Right, we'll get this done. Oh no, what's the time? Joshua's got to go and brush his teeth. Joshua!
Yeah?
Joshua, it's time to brush your teeth, come.
I don't want to. Let me finish my game first.
Right, that's it. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to come upstairs and brush your teeth. 1, 2... Joshua!
I could go and brush my teeth, but I just want to wait and see how long I can play for.
Hi guys, this is Jason. This is another TIFF video, and besides that being probably one of the best short films that you're ever gonna watch in the history of the film industry, there is some important stuff in that video that we need to discuss. So I'm sure you could see yourself as a parent almost standing in my position. I was playing the parent, and I'm sure there are many children who can see themselves in the shoes of Joshua during that short kind of sketch. Of course, if you go back to the time when you were a child, if you're a parent watching this video, then you can relate to what Joshua was saying as well. So let's analyze this video. It's really, really important that we do so. And you're also going to hear from Joshua, who will introduce himself at the end of this video. Stay tuned. Now listen, from the very, very beginning of the clip, as you do, you're doing your housework or you're doing something that's important around the house. You could be even just relaxing and watching TV. It really doesn't matter. The point is, if you notice what I did, I realized that it was bedtime, and of course as a parent, it could be any time. It could be time to go and have your dinner. It could be time for a shower or a bath. Anything that you want your children to do, you could relate this video or apply the principles or what you saw in this video to any given scenario. So basically, you hear me call Joshua and look at his response, and it's what many children do. Try to challenge back. Now at this point, it's not always. I mean, there are some cases whereby children will just lash out from the very, very beginning. But generally speaking, what children try to do is what they do. They try to challenge back or find a way to get what they want. And what we're trying to do as parents, and of course this is the Ideal family channel, and so the ideal way is really to get your children to listen and be obedient when you want them to do something. And so Joshua's response wasn't really just to think about this a minute. His response wasn't just really to challenge, it was to test as well. And this is what children do a lot of the time. They are learning behaviors, they're learning how people respond, how parents respond to them as well. And beneath that, there were a number of other things that were happening as well. So he's listening to, as many children do, your tone, how you react as a parent as well. And a lot of their experience in trying to get their way is based on what they've seen in the past or what they've heard. And so that's what he tried to do. Then coming back to me as a parent, if you notice what I did the second time round, I was starting to get frustrated, as you do as a parent, and then I began to start to threaten him with a punishment of some sort. So if you look at when I started counting to 3, and this is a mistake that so many parents do, I counted to 1, then 2. I didn't even get to 3 before I called his name again. Big mistake, because this is telling your child that you're not really serious, and you're teaching your children to you're teaching them to not, how can I put this, not take your words seriously. And when you do this repeatedly a number of times in different scenarios, even on different days, children remember this. and they will use it to their advantage, and they will try to get what they want. And so as parents, we have to make our words mean something, and our children need to understand that we are serious when we ask them to do something. And that doesn't mean lashing out at them. All it means is doing what you say. And while you're doing that as parents, it's really, really important to think about the punishment or the how you're going to discipline your children. For example, if you know that they like playing a tablet, as my children do, they have their tablet, then I've got to think to myself, well, if I tell him that he's not going to be able to play his tablet for 24 hours, as a parent, I've got to be realistic and think, well, can I uphold that when I'm busy tomorrow or when I'm doing something else? Will I be able to carry on doing what I'm doing, knowing especially that it's lockdown at the moment? I mean, it's difficult enough trying to get your children to do their homework. And so I've got to be realistic as a parent and think to myself, well, can I really keep to my word and make sure that for 24 hours he's not going to get to play his tablet or whatever they do. It could be watching TV, it could be playing with toys. And then obviously in the final scene, you see Joshua, and what he was doing there was really relaying his thoughts as a child to the audience, the viewers, yourself watching this video, and giving you some insight into how he thinks as a child. And this is really, really important, because this is to do with understanding how our children react and respond to what we say, and our actions, of course, as well. And so just to recall quickly what Joshua said was, I could go and do it, but let me see, what was these words? I could go and do it now. I could go and brush my teeth, but I want to see how long I can play for. And that is what children really, really want to do. They want their own way. And this is not malicious from children. Children are just children. As parents, this is part of our responsibility to raise them in a certain way without losing our mind, without getting too stressed, etc., etc. So there's plenty more behind this, but I want to just leave it right there with you. Give you some time to please think about these things, especially, like I said, during lockdown. I mean, there's a really, really, really big debate going on at the moment as to whether the current ask from the teachers to the parents is too much, considering the fact that children are locked up in their households for long periods of time. And naturally, when you get a bunch of people in the same space for a prolonged amount of time, you increase the chances of arguments, frustrations, stress, and things like that, because as human beings, we need a little bit of our own space. But when you hear your parents, for example, nagging you all the time, shoving homework in your face, and then there's hardly any going out nowadays because of lockdown and everything else. And so we've really got to be super switched on when it comes to disciplining our children during this time. And what children really, really like is structure. And so think about how you will structure your day with your children. And when it comes to disciplining, make sure you can you choose the kind of discipline that is relevant, that is something that you can handle yourself, which is what I briefly said before as well, and something that your children can handle as well, because you don't want to overwork them or overstress them with discipline, because we know that it's lockdown and we know that times are difficult as well. Look, I really hope you liked that video. Let's hear from Joshua. He's going to introduce himself, but from me, that's enough. Leave comments, subscribe, like and share, all the rest, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hello everybody, my name is Joshua Xavier. I am the co-editor of this video, and if you guys enjoyed our video, please subscribe, like and share, and give us a rumble. Thanks viewers.